Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. Our new season, our first edition of the fall and the big football thing and all that kind of stuff, and bring it back to if we took a break last week, even though Mike was the host last week. I didn't mean a break, but you know what I mean. Anyway, hello, Cammie, and welcome to the show. That if you were here early, then you saw our new opening, which was very exciting and made me and Mike both laugh because it's so ridiculous, but a lot of fun. And we wanted a brand new set. Meanwhile, I should have had a brand new poster in the back, but I keep forgetting because I know sometimes we're virtual and sometimes we're in the studio, so I wasn't thinking about it. But of course, I just shut up, Anonymous. You see that, Mike? Like, last week was the best episode ever. I hate you so much.
Thank you.
That's pretty funny. Hi, Angela, and yeah, it's great to see everybody back again. It's welcome to the fall. I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. My apartment is an absolute disaster. My cleaning lady hasn't been here in like a month, and it's bad. And I think it depressed me all weekend. I didn't do anything. I was just kind of sitting in this filth. But she'll be here on Thursday, and everything will be back to normal. And when I say normal, it'll be whatever. Wait, what? Anonymous, you were in Tampa? Was she in Tampa, Mike?
I think she went to Tampa.
Well, did she look you up? Did you
guys meet? It was the week after I was there.
Oh, you weren't there? She went to Tampa and you weren't there? Oh, that's classic. Oh, Burn Steakhouse. That sounds good. All right, Cammie, now I'm coming. I didn't know there was a steakhouse there. I'm all set for that. I'm always up for that. But oh, it's so great to see everybody. I'm so glad I'm here in my cozy house. As you can see, I'm still wet from outside. It's pouring rain here in the city. It is not a nice day. And yeah, poor planning on your part, Anonymous. I mean, that really is poor planning. I mean, the guy was right. Oh, that's right. Oh, you don't live in Tampa. That's right. You were performing there. Right. That's but you kept up with us, Jessica Dan. Yes. But yeah, it's nice to see everybody. I'm sorry I keep saying it, but this is the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. We bring you this show to keep in mind. Marcy, hello. No, I like it. I didn't feel like I hate an umbrella, so I didn't bother bringing one all day. I just walked in the rain. It never poured rain, but it is pouring. It didn't feel like it was pouring, but it was totally pouring. And I only had to walk like little bits of places, so I really didn't care. But I am really happy. I went out and I got an iced coffee. That's what caused this. And I still didn't feel like bringing an umbrella, which I completely could have bought one just to walk across the street to get an iced coffee. But for some reason, oh, shut up, Anonymous with the Yankees. That's so funny. But that's the reason I actually go to Tampa Bay so I can watch the Rays games. I try not to go when the Yankees are playing, not because I wouldn't want to see that, but because I feel bad for my friends who run the Rays. I don't want to take up the Yankees are the big ticket, so I never want to take up their people that really want to go to that, because that's the only time they get people in the Tampa Bay Stadium. And I'm sure Cammie can attest to that. That Tampa Bay Rays don't have any attendance except when the Yankees are in town. That's right, Mike. Right?
As far as I know, I've never been to a Tampa game. So.
No, it's the weirdest thing. If you've ever been to Tampa, it's
in the World Series.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. They were in the World Series last year.
That's right.
And it doesn't matter. And the worst part is when you go down there, it's all Yankees. That Steinbrenner made that like the place. It's like it's all Yankees. They only talk about the Yankees. It's really messed up. I'm not exactly sure how that franchise survives, but my guess is somehow it has to do with the Yankees helping them, which makes no sense, of course, which I think was why it annoys the Yankees that Tampa Bay is so good with zero budget, and the Yankees spend millions, almost $1 billion, and they are just tanking. It's fantastic. The first week in October 24, you're going to need a substitute producer. The chat room is going to be empty. Oh, why? Because I know it's a baseball reference, I guess, But 2024, what does that mean? Is there a new team coming or something? What do you think that means, Mike?
Oh, I don't know. Actually taking me somewhere?
Dave, you should know that the first week in October of 2024, you're going to need a substitute producer.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yes, we're supposed to all go to Chile to visit Catalina so she can show us the eclipse.
Wait, everyone else is going to see Catalina but me?
Well, you weren't here last week.
You know, just because I missed a week, I'm not invited to Chile.
Well, we didn't say you weren't invited. You just weren't here to be invited.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, you fair weather friends. Hello, Catalina. Everybody's going to Chile. Catalina didn't even tell me. Oh, Dave, I don't know whether you heard it. Everybody's coming. And I'm like, what? The solar eclipse is kind of cool. You invited Jenny Sanchez instead of me. Well, you are the worst. I can't wait to meet you. I got to see what this is all about, this anonymous. But anyway, nobody's coming to Chile. I don't know. That sounds like a good plan. It is kind of fun to see the solar eclipse, but I did get to see it last time it was here, and you really can't see it. So I don't know. Anyway, if you are down at the Cellar tonight, you can see Colin Quinn and Rachel Feinstein, who we always ask to be on this show, but she's with that baby and everything, and we never get a chance to see her. But we have hope. So Nick Griffin's going to be joining us in a couple of minutes. I just wanted to show you some things. I don't know if you've been watching the U.S. Open. It was pretty exciting with Serena Williams. I don't care for her, but, I like that kind of excitement. In fact, quite frankly, I don't think there's been that kind of excitement since September of 1991. If I remember correctly, Jimmy Connors was making a small comeback at that time, if anybody know who he is. And I remember because I had a girlfriend at the time, and I was so excited about it. I loved where she lived. It was in New Jersey. I was living in New Jersey. I moved back with my parents, I think. And the Giants had just won the Super Bowl, and I went to the opening night game on a Monday night. And there was just all this stuff going on in 1991 in the fall. I can't remember what the third thing was, but I remember Jimmy Connors was making a comeback. And I know, Ken, I know you were 9. I'm just saying, nobody was around. But those kind of things where it's exciting in tennis, which doesn't happen very often anymore, where somebody's making a comeback or their swan song always gets exciting. So it was very entertaining to watch Serena, do it. But ever since Will Smith did that thing at the Oscars, I'm all out on the Williams sisters because of the movie. Even that had, I know I had a girlfriend. I can't believe it either. I had a girlfriend, and this is a classic story, actually. I can tell you. Her name was Jill. And I was with Sarah Silverman. I brought her over there because she was performing at Rutgers. The girl had a little place right around New Brunswick, New Jersey. And she was opening for Barry Sobel. I don't know if you remember this guy. Mm-hmm. Mike, I know you do.
Yeah.
She was opening for Barry Sobel. And the best part is that afterwards, we went over to my girlfriend's house. And me, Sarah, and Barry Sobel. And my girlfriend called her brother and said, "You're not going to believe this. Barry Sobel's here. Get your ass over here now." And the guy came running over, and what we didn't know that Barry Sobel is a homosexual, so he was thrilled because this is a pretty good looking fella. And then I think Barry Sobel went to a frat party, with a bunch of boys. So I don't know what happened there. He's a very strange dude.
And, he is.
You don't want to.
He just showed up like in Austin for like a year and was kind of doing that for a while, like 5 years ago.
Yeah, he's creepy.
Yeah,
there's no other word for it. Really, really strange and a very odd guy. But he was fun that night. This is before the way he is now, and he was very, very popular. Most of you wouldn't know, but he was extremely one of the best comics in the country, the late 80s, early 90s. And so the best is, she calls him. So really, I'm going to say like about 2 years ago, she called me and she goes, hey, was Sarah Silverman at my house that day? And that's the best because I was like, isn't it funny that she was calling her brother, you're not going to believe who's over here. And it was about Barry Sobel, not Sarah Silverman. So she remembered about 2 years ago because I had always thought, I'm like, isn't it funny? And then she figured it out on her own. So classic story that had to do with tennis and all that kind of stuff. So don't tell Nick Griffin again that I traveled to see guests. That was just for Mike. Why you got cheap it by pimping me out? I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Anyway, I don't know whether you've been watching the U.S. Open, like I said, but Mike, if you could play this video, this is a girl. She's just called Beer Girl. And last year, when she was on camera, which we have some footage of, first we'll show you this year, she is really smart. And this just happened organically. She saw that she was on the screen and chugged a beer. And like her beer was gone, so she just went for her boyfriend's beer. She did it twice last year, and then they went to her again this year. So, Mike, if you could show it, it's yeah, isn't that awesome? I mean, isn't that awesome? Because she's so hot, and
it's just because she dressed up.
Yeah, right. She dressed up. It's so obvious, right? So the best is that the U.S. Open is pretty cool, and they also, you can look it up online, put a timer on to see a man that cheers me up drinking. You got that right, Ken. I'll be that guy. They put a timer on to see which year she drank quicker. And she pretty much, I think this year she beat her record from last year. But it's really, and that's a complete official U.S. Open thing, which is really, really cool. What are we talking about Judaism here? Albeit Ash HaTorah, Chile. But luckily, Wally the alligator is also Jewish. I don't know what she's talking about again.
Oh,
speaking of what?
Wally the alligator was a service alligator we brought up last week. There's a guy in Pennsylvania who has a service alligator instead of a service
alligator. See, this is when it's gone too far. This is why my cat book is going to be unbelievable.
He
Elizabeth,
sleeps with them.
nice to see you.
Adorable.
What, the alligator?
Yeah, he's like, it's not like a giant alligator. It fits in his lap.
Yeah, Nick is. I hope Nick's a lot of fun at a party. So you definitely want him to come. Is he here?
Yeah.
Well, we might as well bring him in, and then I'll show the other footage. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's Nick Griffin joining us today. Hi, Nick.
5 seconds into being on the air, you're making fun of me about.
Yeah, well, I couldn't know. Everybody was doing it in the chat room. It wasn't me. No, they were all saying they want you to come to Chile with us. We're all going to Chile in 2024 for the solar eclipse.
All right, I'm in. Count me in.
Now, Nick, I don't understand why on Sunday you didn't get back to me about going to visit my friend at the Walgreens by your house.
Wait, let me get this straight. You couldn't figure out why I didn't get back to you because you were going to go to your friends at the CVS. Yeah. Walgreens. Is there a difference? Are they owned by the same people?
They are not. No, Dwayne Reed and Walgreens are owned by the same people, but CVS is different. So I went to go visit my friend. She's 19 at the Walgreens, and she wasn't there.
Yeah.
She wasn't there. So I was looking around for her, and I said, this time, there's no way I'm asking if she's here, because that provided problems last time when I went to visit my friend's kid who was 15. So I said, I'm just going to walk away. And then she told me, oh, you must have been here when the cops came, because they were like, the cops were there? They're like, yeah, people come here and steal all the time. That's why everything's locked up. People are stealing ice cream, Nick.
Oh, man.
The ice cream.
All across the country, I go into those CVS's and Walgreens and Dwayne Reed's, and there's nothing on the shelves.
Yep. Across the country, they're locked up too? I thought it was just here.
No, I'm saying that when you go in,
just nothing on the shelves.
There's nothing up there. There's just zero.
See, here in New York, they lock them up. They're locking up. First, they locked up the Listerine. Now they're locking up ice cream. And it's really pathetic because you don't want to press the button because they hate that. So, yeah, you can't buy shampoo, Aaron. That's right.
Oh, no, everything's getting locked up. Yeah.
Everything's locked up. So when I go shopping for stuff for Listerine, I go to New Jersey because nothing's locked up there. I mean, it's because I hate, thank God I haven't had to buy anything embarrassing that's locked up. But
like, what would that be? Give an example.
anal cream of some sort.
Oh my God!
No, I don't know. Prep H.
That you just repeated the same joke
Oh,
in
I did.
different
Oh, okay,
words.
sorry. Wait, who just said, why am I friends with a 19-year? Oh, well, that's a good question. More about that
And what
later.
about the 15-year-old?
Well, that was my friend's kid. So I went to go see her. The 19 one is, that I shouldn't be friends with a 19-year-old, but I am. I met her at my job, and I just thought it was really funny that her other job is working at the Walgreens. Walgreens is a drugstore here, in case you don't know. It's like a
I think they're
CVS.
national.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Somebody asked, or maybe they just asked if there's a bar there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Catalina just turned 21, so she's okay. Anyway, Nick, I just have you been watching the U.S. Open?
I'm following it passively. I know that Nadal just got upset, and obviously Serena didn't move any further ahead.
Right. Yeah, we just showed a picture of a girl that chugs beer. They call her Beer Girl. She does every year. She goes and she chugs
I
beer.
know, it's crazy. She's probably got a big, huge following, doesn't she?
Probably at this point. I mean, one would assume it's the second year in a row. It's so goddamn brilliant. Probably going to make a fortune, but she probably makes money just from being hot. Anyway, just in the other news items I saw today, there's you can, if you put the picture up, Mike, number 1. This is a girl who was a maid of honor at her best friend's wedding. You heard about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she complained, and you can just put a picture too also because it's the same. She complained. This is her friend saying the bachelorette party was going to cost $1,000. And the girl's baiting, and she said, "You're not my maid of honor anymore," because she didn't want everybody to pay $1,000. Can you blame her? And this girl is being a bitch and saying, "Hey, thanks for my friend who spent $1,000 to be at my bachelorette party." It's so disrespectful. I used to be friends with that girl who died, Trish, and she was everybody's maid of honor, and she was always a bridesmaid, and she said it was costing her a fortune to do these bachelorette parties and showers and everything. And it is really disrespectful unless, all your friends are, you're the Kardashians, to charge $1,000 for people who are 22, 23 to, do a bachelorette party. It's really rude. And this girl stood up, and now she doesn't have any friends, or this one friend. I mean, she will because she's cute enough, but it's still, amazing she took a stand.
She stood up and said, "This is unfair," and then everyone kind of disappeared.
Yeah. Then her best friend said, "Then you are now not my maid of honor anymore," and wasn't invited to the wedding. And then she blocked her on Instagram too. I don't know what kind of friend that is. She was just trying to look out for everybody else. Yeah, Anonymous says, "I spent over $1,000 even when the weddings and bachelor parties are in New York." Exactly. Everything got out of control. And when you are in your 20s and you have to go to so many of them, if you're a very popular girl, it costs a fortune. I just like that she the what?
I am a popular girl.
I know you are. Anonymous, my sister and sister-in-law had their bachelorette parties at wine tours in the Hamptons. Cost me over $1,000. Yeah.
Oh my God. I would never do that.
And that's just a regular person, right? I mean, it's not like, Anonymous, I don't know what your situation is, but I assume they're just regular friends, not super rich, maybe Upper East Side people. I don't know, but no, that's normal. Destination weddings are the new virus. Exactly.
Are you?
That's right, Angela. I slept in my car for my friend's 60th birthday. Now he's not talking to me anymore. What an asshole. I slept in my goddamn car. He wouldn't let me sleep over. I talked about it on my podcast. He heard the podcast. He goes, "You disrespected my family and my wife." And I'm like, "Yeah, because you guys suck." I wouldn't take it back. And this is my friend from high school. What?
That ought to smooth it over.
Yeah, well, I can't. I won't apologize. It was rude that they didn't let me stay over, and I feel I deserve special treatment and I'm just going to say this word because it's grandfathered in, a retarded person. For me, it's grandfathered in. But somebody who's clearly slow.
Yeah.
And probably autistic in some way. Also, this girl's coming up with this book. Her name is thank you, Angela. Her name is Maitland Ward. Here you show picture 3. You might be familiar with her, as I of course was, from Boy Meets World. She's the one on the left, not the black one,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Danielle Fish, whatever her name is.
She's
You
an
heard about her too, Nick,
adult
right?
star now, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she was an adult film star. Now is she OnlyFans or is she still
No,
doing?
no. She's all in on the adult. What were you gonna say, Mike?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you said. So yeah, look at the next one. This is her winning. Now she's an award-winning porn star. That's the funny thing. The articles are like, well, she's an award-winning porn star. I'm not sure exactly what it takes to be an award-winning porn star. She did win Best Supporting Actress, but I saw the about 2 years ago she won Best Actress. That's a big thing. I've been to the porn awards, and
I have too.
You have too?
Yeah, Bobby Slayton hosted it. I was his writer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know all of our friends have hosted Attell, Fitzsimmons, Esther Koo.
Esther Koo.
I went there when Dave was filming Insomniac because my friend was the publicist for it. So I was walking the red carpet and Attell was on the side with the microphone. Well, here's an interesting looking fellow, sir. Can I ask you a question? What are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, it's a big night for us here at the awards. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was classic. It was just absolutely classic. But this girl, Maitland Ward, it's so. Oh, what were the picture you were going to show, Mike?
Oh, that was the comparison.
Yeah, I love when they become porn stars. It really is. There's a girl from what's the one that's the black version of Full House?
Family Matters
with Urkel, right? Family. There's a girl, the little girl in the show became a porn star too.
Yeah, she disappeared from the show. They didn't explain it at any point.
And now we know why. But so I watched some of her videos last night, and what an over actress. I mean, she's clearly showing everybody like I am an actress. I mean, really, obviously, I watch a lot of porn like everybody else these days because it's so accessible.
Don't try to make it seem more regular just by going just like everybody else.
It's so accessible now. It really is terrific.
Yeah, I know. You have to be an idiot not to watch porn.
Yeah, it's hard not to watch it, right? My cousin married a porn star. Is it a man or a woman porn star? Because, back in the 80s, we were as obsessed with the men porn stars as we were with the women.
Now,
we knew all the guy porn star names, remember?
I don't.
Oh, yeah. We knew everybody. Stephen St. Croix and what's his name? North.
I remember Peter North.
Peter North. That's what I was thinking of exactly. Lexington Steele.
Yeah, I know all those from the Stern Show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just knew them from, all the 80s porn we used to watch back then, because then it was really, hard to get,
Sure.
Very embarrassing going to the video store. Dave, for this kind of things, people think you're a gay. That's true, Catalina, but I'm only honest. Most guys just don't say that they also, listen, there's nothing wrong with, I don't usually like to watch men in porn. I don't like to watch the face, but that's why I usually watch just girls. But you have to respect when a guy can just, keep going and get that hard on command. It's quite fascinating. Angela, I lived upstairs from a porn star in the 90s. She used a sex doll as a Halloween decoration. That's great. Do you know what the name was, Angela? I mean, they don't care. But my mother was upper middle class. My dad's side is a little trashy like that. Nice. Anyway, so I don't know if you it's a family and not. I know it's a good, but Aunt Judy actually, when I went to the porn awards, I had a whole bunch of pictures, and she was like, "When are we going to get to see the pictures from the porn awards?" Which I have, but they're all rated G porn, just pictures. I have them all with some of those from that era, Chloe, and who's that Asia Carrera.
Yeah, I remember Asia Carrera.
Yeah, some of the girls from Night Calls. It was really a great time to be alive. But the other thing going on from speaking of gay, I don't know if you saw the new video for Mission Impossible that Tom Cruise put out. Tom Cruise put out this theatrical trailer for Mission Impossible when you go to see Top Gun.
Right.
It's unbelievable. He's on a plane, one of those old-fashioned 1900 planes, and he's on the wing. And he's like, sorry, it's so loud. You know how it is. And he's doing like a stunt. It's really impressive.
It looks good.
For Mission Impossible 7. He looks unbelievable. He's 60 years old. He's still doing his own stunts. The guy is the last movie star we may ever know. You know, he's the last of the true movie stars. We know nothing about him. I mean, we know what we know, but he's not, you know, in this day and age, we don't know like we know stuff about everybody else. He doesn't really do talk shows. He still makes movies that make money. Every movie he makes money.
Yeah, he's had some bombs, but you're right, and he's bigger worldwide than anyone.
Well, what are the bombs? Because what I'm trying to say is that he's been making movies and making great choices all this time that have made money. What's an example of a bomb?
Well, I think The Mummy bombed, and I think two of the Jack Reacher.
No, I don't think those bomb. How can it bomb if there was a second one? And plus, those are great. I can watch them over and over again.
Yeah.
And he doesn't belong in that movie. After I saw the
trying to contribute to the podcast.
After I saw the Amazon Prime Jack Reacher, clearly the guy's supposed to be 6'7" and jacked. And Tom Cruise doesn't fit the role, and yet there I am going like, God, he's so good.
Rock of Ages.
Rock of Age, that was bad, yeah.
Yeah, that bomb.
Once in a while, I guess he thinks he has to do like a comedy of some sort. So yeah,
right.
Rock
he also
of Age
made something called Lion for Lambs in 2007.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it was him.
But like, what about that one? Like, he made like these little ones that they're making a sequel of. They changed the name. It's called like something Repeat. It's when he goes back and.
Oh right, I remember that. That was with Emily Blunt.
That's right, right, and it's really good. They renamed it like something, but
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, but I think they renamed it to something else. And that's really good too. But yeah, the Scientology thing, it's weird because nobody seems to care. And this Top Gun brought movies back into the theaters. I mean, the guy's the last we may ever see of a true movie star. What do you think, Nick?
I would agree. I mean, I think if Clooney hadn't kind of been out of the limelight for the last 5 or like if he had just been making movies over and over and over. But I think you're right. I think I don't think you're right.
But Clooney doesn't have the background that Tom Cruise. Clooney started in TV. Tom Cruise has always been a movie star.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to.
Clint Eastwood. Yeah, he's a 92, but yeah.
Clint Eastwood, even though he did start in TV too, Clint Eastwood's a movie star, right?
Yeah.
But they're dying out, you know, those kind of guys like a Paul Newman, that era, Warren Beatty,
Rob Schneider.
Live, Die, Repeat. Right. They've changed the name, or maybe they added a name. I don't know. They're making a sequel.
Yeah. I think it was originally called Live, Die, Repeat. They changed it to Edge of Tomorrow and then back to Live, Die, Repeat.
Did they really? Wow.
But he's doing Mission Impossible 7, and it's just amazing because that was his plan from the beginning to make it kind of a James Bond. Where he's
got to have $1 billion, doesn't he? After all those sequels.
Well, I don't know. He has a lot of wives to pay, I suppose. But what happened to those kids he had with Nicole Kidman? Where are they?
I'm not sure.
No one knows. They were returned to the prop department by Warner Brothers.
Whoa, that's not a bad joke there.
Hey, what's up, yo? He's weird.
Yeah, I'd like to be weird that way.
Nick,
yeah, they're in college.
What?
Looks like they're in college now.
Nobody's ever heard from them since. Nick, what are you performing this weekend coming up?
I'm at Governor's Levittown this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Please
come out and
see me. Do you have any listeners or watchers that will attend the show?
I hope so. God, I really hope so. Yeah, Long Island's really close to here, so Governor's is a great club. I'm so glad you're playing there. That's good. That's terrific. What do we got? Nicole Kidman opens up about her kids with Tom Cruise. Oh, those are her kids?
Yeah.
How can one be black?
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
adopted. I think they're both adopted.
I mean, oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Now she's breaking her silence. Yeah, because I was going to say, no one's ever seen these kids after they got divorced, as if the Scientology thing was him and that idiot. Anybody that marries him is just doing it for their own. That's why you got to be careful of her and Katie Holmes and Penelope Cruz. They all just went out with Tom Cruise. They're like, well, if you go out with him, we'll make you a big star. It's kind of like making a deal with the devil, it seems,
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. All right, good. Let's go to the photos. I got a lot of them today. So I'm going to share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Which I'm doing right now.
There we go.
All right. So this is actually the Air Force naturalization ceremony at Dodger Stadium. And I think that baby was kicking the back of that guy's chair for about an hour and a half. And that's
he finally had enough.
Yeah, he'd finally had enough. And he's like, shut that baby up. Which you really just don't think is going to happen at a ceremony like that. But
no, I think he did show restraint up until that point, though.
Exactly. Right. You can see that girl's like, you just turn around.
Look at that baby's face. That's a troublemaker if I've ever seen one.
Well, actually, that's his little girl.
Oh.
I just set it up the wrong way, but it was too cute a picture to not use. We know the 25th anniversary of Princess Diana's death. Everybody loves celebrating stuff like that. I don't know why people are still so obsessed. That's probably because her murder was never solved.
Yeah, it was kind of dramatic and interesting.
It's just
I have a sister who's really into the royal family, so I can't only imagine what it's like over there.
You have a sister that's into it?
Yeah, she's really, really into the royal family.
There are so many people like that are totally into the royal family.
Definitely.
It's funny. Speaking of the royal family, this is Taylor Swift at the MTV Video Music Awards, which were last week in beautiful downtown Newark.
Oh, were they?
Yes, the place my cousin owns, the Prudential Center, right? So it's like funny because it looks like, oh, isn't this a nice night? But I took this picture of what she's actually facing. Look, this town is disgusting, and the thing was right on the opposite side of this.
Right.
They tried to make it look nice, but the town is just awful. But I was thinking about getting an apartment there because it's obviously cheap. You can get a luxury loft studio, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments.
Yeah, apparently you can rent now.
Yeah. Well, right over to the left is where the Prudential Center is, which is nice. But this street is awful.
Is this for the Devils?
Yeah. This is the spaceship that never took off, the Artemis One rocket. It's still waiting to take off.
Huh.
And do you know what the plan is for this rocket, Mike?
No.
Well, they're going to the dark side of the moon. What's up, yo?
Oh my God, that's bad.
What? That's what they're doing. That's the plan, to go to the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
Which, of course, was the plot of Space 1999. You might remember the premise of that TV show from the 70s.
Made in November 1975.
Yeah. They built a place on the moon, which is the plan for this rocket eventually, to build like a space station so they could go to Mars. But they put their nuclear waste on the dark side of the moon, and then the nuclear thing blew up and it threw the moon off its trajectory. And they try to find a way to stop it, but they get catapulted into outer space. It's a great premise, but the show sucked. Mostly because it didn't have any hot people except for this girl who very much like that Lindsay Wagner picture you showed last week, Mike. This is all I had in my life, was this weird girl. That she was the hottest girl on the show, as you can see.
Would you rather have her or the blonde?
Barbara Bain? I'd rather have Maya. because sometimes she'd wear skirts, so, and again, as a little boy with no porn, this is all we had. Now, Space 1999 was full of girls that were not very attractive. And that's why I was more of a Buck Rogers guy.
Huge Buck Rogers guy. Huge.
I think they just had better makeup on Buck Rogers.
No, they had better looking women. They tried harder. That Space 1990. Here's the problem, Mike. Space 1999 was made in Great Britain. This was made in America. Hence the issue. And
USA. USA.
Right. This is Dorothy Stratton on Buck Rogers. She was the Playboy centerfold who got murdered, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That's what Star 80 is based on. They weren't stupid at Buck Rogers. They had Playboy models on. Look, they even had little cute Marky Post. Do you remember her?
Look
how cute she is. They even made her look ridiculously sexy, which was hard to do when they give her the 80s makeover.
Look at that hair.
And exactly. Where they just try and be like, we know you're pretty, but we're going to make you look just stupid because the 80s are going to be a legendary time to look dumb.
Do you remember the first lawyer on Night Court? Billy?
Yes. Right. She replaced somebody.
Yeah, she replaced, I forgot her name. The character's name was Billy.
I do remember. That's right. And then when they replaced
that. Mike, you're much younger than us, aren't you?
Yes, he is. But Marky Post was what a little cutie pie here, right? With Twiggy.
It's enough with the smiling, though. I'm not a big into smiling.
I don't know. I think she's cute. But this guy,
Ellen Foley, that's who it was.
See, I'm trying to play both sides here. I mean, Gil Gerard was hot. This is why Buck Rogers was good in every aspect. It's not just the women. He was hot too. And what you get in Space 1999 is Martin Landau. I mean, what's the story here? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You need a show with hot people. Star Trek is great because it was all hot girls. And they all made out with Captain Kirk.
They sure did. He did a lot of kissing.
Anonymous wants me to wear this on the show next week. Absolutely. I think I wore this in Crashing. Have people forgotten already? Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, they learned a lot, right? You're welcome, Aaron. This is the big tomato fight in Spain. You probably heard about this.
Yeah.
They do it every year.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. Oh. And the worst part is that in Pakistan, they are just hurting for food.
No.
And then we just keep showing, well, these guys are having a huge tomato fight. Oh, those tomatoes look delicious. It's just so rude and disrespectful when.
Not unlike your Pakistani accent.
Yeah, well, I don't really care for Pakistan anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I'm sure there's some nice people here that don't deserve to live on this one strip of land because this is all flooded. But look how cool this is. Now, how did they put this together?
What is that, the Goonies?
I know. This makes it look like, God, I wish it would flood all the time. This is fun.
Yeah.
I guess you heard about Gorbachev.
I did hear about Gorbachev. He passed.
Well, do you know how I found out?
From Mrs. Gorbachev?
No. No, I found out through my friend Scotty's website called Liza Minnelli Outlives. And that's where I get most of my, I swear to God, that's how I found out. I couldn't believe
That's
it.
Funny.
He's so on the cutting edge. My friend Scotty, I've had him on the show before. He's so on the free zip lines in Pakistan. Good one, Anonymous. Or rather, Aaron, I think. He's so on the cutting edge. It's so funny. This way, Liza Minnelli has outlived Mikhail Gorbachev, the last leader. And then a couple days before, we found out that Sylvester Stallone's marriage was over, thanks to Liza Minnelli Outlives.
Jennifer Flavin.
Yeah.
Flavin.
It's the Flavin guy. But I got to have Scotty on and talk to him about this. He says he gets a lot of hate mail from it. I don't know why, and I'd love to hear him describe it. So I don't know. He's afraid. He's always afraid to come out. Remember, I wanted him to come on with Mateo, Mike, and he wouldn't because Mateo does the Liza Minnelli imitation, and he thought it would be disrespectful. And I'm like, but Mateo loves Liza. You just don't want anybody to do an imitation. What, Nick?
He probably loves her more than that other guy does.
What other guy?
I'm saying that Mateo probably.
Yeah, no one likes Liza more than Scotty Bornstein. No, nobody does. Nice try, Nick, but seriously, you can never understand. It's not when you meet him, you'd understand. It's insane. But that Gorbachev was such a big deal. That's why they used him in James Bond movies all the time. Well, they made a Gorbachev-looking guy. That's how popular he was in mainstream thing. So he was in 5 Bond movies. He was in The Spy Who Loved Me. He was such a beloved character, the Gorbachev guy.
Yeah.
And remember this part? Do you know what they're looking at now in The Spy Who Loved Me at the end of it, Nick?
Isn't it
a Maitland Ward porno?
Yeah, well, isn't it Bond and some lady?
That's right. And they're like, Bond, what are you doing? Keeping the British end up, sir. That goes into the big music. Huh? Nothing? All right, jerk offs. This is him in Moonraker, where he's just at the beginning and he's like, well, I did not send up the problems. I cannot sleep. Nothing but problems. But then it turns out he's in bed with this girl. So he had all the good parts. And then here he is in For Your Eyes Only, where he actually saved James Bond by getting him out of some trouble. And here he is in Octopussy, where once again he did Bond a service. And here he is with Christopher Walken in From a View to a Kill. And this guy got to work with all the greats.
Christopher Walken, he's the coolest.
He is the coolest, even though he's crazy in this one. And there he is, even without Roger Moore. They kept him on the Timothy Dalton one with The Living Daylights. I don't know why I am obsessed. I know I lost everybody there, but I like talking about James Bond, and that's that. Now, this was a Premier League soccer match in England, and this kid ran on stage and ran on the field and started some shit with the goalie. And this is all due to Will Smith at the outside. Thank you. Really bothers me.
This looks to me like a date gone bad, but
this I took right off the TV when I was watching the Open because, as you can see here, that's Billie Jean King over here. They just put her in the the stadium's named after her, and they just put her in the side, and she's not even watching Serena. But then it turns out she actually was. She's using her phone to get footage. It's like, they could probably give you some. I don't know. I just thought that was funny that she's so noticeable. She's always wearing that pink jacket. So she is a true living legend.
Yep.
This is just a, I like animal pictures. This is a golden eagle in Kazakhstan, but it was such a beautiful, majestic bird. Oh, hello, Aunt Judy. Nice to see you. And who does this bird remind you of? Anybody? Any of you younger kids? Foxy.
Oh.
He's making the same expression.
Are you a Harry Potter guy?
I am. I love Fox. I think about him. I think about my cat looking at me like that all the time. Look, Mike, it's the Raptor show. What does that mean?
The aquarium in Tampa had a raptor show. Which is just
you have you got a lot of things with all of our chat room people that
you missed 1 week.
Yeah, apparently. Here's a horse race in Spain. Now, this is a horse race I can put my fingers on. I mean, I like this. This sounds like a nice place to watch a horse race. I usually go to the track and it's just kind of dirty and gross, and this seems really special. But what pisses me off is that, here's a horse race. For some reason, I'm okay with this kind of horse treatment. I'm still mad about that thing that happened in Central Park. And then there's these jerk-offs in Morocco that are doing a horse show because horses love that loud noise. And this makes me angry.
Look how long their guns are.
Well, I think it's supposed to be like old-fashioned for some reason. Liz is like, we had fun with Mike. You know what? Shut up, all of you. I hate you all. These are some flamingos. I only put it up because they are in Chile. Anytime there's Chile stuff, we put on for Catalina. And the funny thing was, as soon as I saw the flamingos, I thought of the Miami Vice opening. And the weird part is that the Miami Vice opening had everything we just discussed. Flamingos, horse racing at the track, exotic birds, as Barry just said, toucans, and hot girls, clearly topless too, which I never noticed in the opening credits before. And this is also from Chile. It is a solar power plant, and they are trying to make a goal of being 20% solar powered over the next couple of years. This is in Chile, where Catalina lives. They're trying really hard. But you know who else tried hard to make solar power president was Scaramanga in The Man with the Golden Gun. I went back to the Bond theme again.
Is that Barbara Bach?
No, that is Brett Eklund, I think her name is.
Ooh.
Right? And she's gorgeous, but she fucks up all the power to the solar energy by her butt touching this button, and it blows everything up. They demolished the solar power plant in the Mojave Desert. Catalina, you're saying they're not going to get it together, that solar plant? Yeah, she's very bitter. Oh, well, Catalina just voted in the last election, and apparently it didn't go her way, so much so. And she got rid of her Instagram account because she can't handle it anymore.
Oh.
But, yeah. This is Avril Levine, and somehow she got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which means you and I, Nick, are due for a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, right. I used to live not too far from there. I used to live at Hollywood Boulevard and Gower.
Well, she's on Hollywood. She's I can't remember where she was. I looked it up too because I always like to see who's next to her. I mean, she's still really cute. I think she's really cute. I've always thought she was cute. But then she changed into a more mature outfit and not so cute anymore.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like the skater boy one. So anyway, my favorite thing is who's on the star next to where everybody's sitting, where they just deface the star next to you.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out it's Mickey Rooney.
Oh, yeah, Mickey Rooney.
And the best part is
Judy Garland, isn't it?
That is Judy Garland. So Mickey Rooney is the star next to her. That's what you wore to work today, Anonymous is saying, right? You wish. Or you don't. So this is Mickey Rooney, and this was all of Avril Lavigne's people she invited, and this is where you see Mickey Rooney going, what are these bunch of hooligans doing by my star? I can guarantee.
Star? No,
What?
That's not Ringo Starr.
No. This is Machine Gun Kelly for sure. I don't know who everyone else is, but I do know.
Isn't that Fred Durst?
Oh, maybe that would make a lot of sense. I mean, this
they were around the same time.
But Mickey Rooney would just be like, "What the fuck is going on?" He'd be so
right.
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this picture. What is Mickey Rooney thinking next door? How could this have happened? Why are they dressed like this? Why aren't they all dressed like this guy? Who the hell is this guy? No, you understand. This guy's one of the most popular musicians on the planet right now. No. And you know what character he'd be channeling right now is Mr. Yunioshi. What? Yunioshi from Breakfast at Tiffany's. You keep it down there. I'm going to try and play that role shortly on YouTube.
Let me know how it goes.
I will. What? I'm just doing Mr. Yunoshi from Breakfast at Tiffany's. You keep it down, or you'll be in big trouble. I can't believe this exists. It's so funny. It's like a classic movie, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. You can't cut it out. He was almost nominated for this. Oh, this kind of stuff makes me happy because it makes people so angry. Oh, this was, we always show the cliff divings, the Red Bull just says cliff diving. It's gone all year, but now it just looks like they're not even diving in any water.
Yeah.
I don't see any water. And except here, where this isn't a cliff diving thing, this guy's just jumping right onto this boat, terrifying the tourists in Copenhagen, Denmark. I love that picture.
I don't like getting in the water.
Sometimes I like it. You got to be dressed. What is she saying? What is Marcy saying? Mike, I can't read it.
Do you know there's going to be a musical to the Mexican Pizza on TikTok, and Dolly Parton has a cameo?
Wait, there's what? I heard Mexican Pizza.
It's going to be a musical for the Mexican Pizza on TikTok. I guess Taco Bell's doing some type of campaign.
Because they're finally bringing it back. All right, that's good news. Thank you, Marcy. I can't even wait. I know it's ridiculous, right? I'm like, I hate that they don't have it. This is a guy going down the Missouri River trying to set a record for the longest journey in a fucking carved out pumpkin. Exactly. How is there a record for this in the first place?
Well, I think the official record is longest journey of a dummy doing something dumb.
There you go. What an asshole. Look how serious
His name's Dwayne Hanson.
Yeah. Going to the Missouri River. Isn't this by where you grew up? Anonymous, you have not
it
done
can't
this.
be too far. I'm sure it's within a couple hours. And this guy probably has a wife and 2 kids. And he's like, this is what I dreamed about.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Getting in the way of my dream.
He's mad at his wife and family. He's 60 years old. This is it for him. If he doesn't break the record, then what happens?
Yeah, I know.
What is the record, by the way?
Nobody knows and nobody cares. And that's why I keep telling you, whenever we show this stuff, we can just come up with one that'll be the record. Record for longest.
The record's like 15 feet, and he can only go 14.
We can make a record for showing the longest amount of slides ever in a YouTube video. I mean, we should just call up Guinness and be like, do you have that? No, you'll be the first. You're welcome. The longest anyone's gone on YouTube talking about nothing. Hi, Mike.
Hey.
That was exciting. We never see you.
That was by accident.
So this is the Ukrainian flag that in Ukraine people are putting against this bridge, because they're trying to do anything.
I thought it was a water slide. That's how stupid
I thought so too. But the best part is the 2 people here who didn't get the message. And they're like, goddamn fucking jerk offs. Because there's always people that run, like I do a lot of charity walks and we always take up the walkway and people are always trying to run and they're like, excuse me. Like they just don't check to see what's going on that day there.
Right.
And look how angry they are. Oh, fuck. They're doing this nice, and it's always for good causes. But the runners are assholes. People on their bikes and running. They're so angry. But that's the way I get about parades in the city anyway. But I always look them up to see what's happening. It annoys the shit out of me, but I look them up to make sure I don't end up like these 2 douchebags. Yeah. And finally, again, only took this because it's in Chile. This is the Milky Way appearing over a mountain in San Pedro. Man, I would love to go to a place where I could actually see that many stars. In New York City, we never see anything. Once in a while, I can get something in Jersey, but I would love to go to a place where there's just this many stars at night. It'd be very interesting. And you can see the Milky Way. I mean, that's insane. Why is Chile so great that they're getting a solar eclipse and all that kind of stuff? What's that all about?
You got a pumpkin race coming up. It's going to be sweet.
Just go into Chile. Catalina left the show?
No. She has to go study.
What the fuck? That's the last time I show Chilean stuff on the show. You and your studying, what good is it for? What's that going to change? Your election stinks.
Catalina, this was going to happen. Eventually, Dave snaps on everybody. It's
I'm going to
just
turn
not
on you.
right.
Exactly. I'm very angry when she leaves
I've
the
gotten
show.
some very ugly texts over the last few weeks.
I know, and I apologized. Yeah, first Jenny Sanchez, now this. It's horrible. What am I going to do, huh? Well, that's now it's I mean that's normally the end of our show, but it's football season. So we are going to make the picks. Is everybody okay with that? Are you guys ready?
Excited.
For
Let me
another
just show you this
season?
real quick, Dave.
What'd you say, Mike?
If I can just show you that real quick.
Ellen Foley, right?
Who is that?
Ellen Foley? What else was she in? She was Marky Post replaced her in Night Court.
Oh,
What else was she in? She wasn't in. Wait, Cammy's leaving too. What is happening?
take some responsibility.
Thanks a lot, Cammy.
Oh, just kidding.
Oh, that makes me feel better. It's all right if you have to go. I understand. That's why I'm doing the picks last this year. Wait, what was I just going to say about Nick?
You were going to say something about Ellen Foley.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of Ellen Green, who was in.
Yes, Broadway actress.
Yes. The one with the plant, Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors, and she was in The Professional. She gets killed in The Professional.
Oh, is she the mother?
Yeah, she's the mom dressing all like I think she's a prostitute actually.
Oh
but
yeah,
she's
and also, I think she's in Talk Radio with Eric Bogosian.
Yes, she is.
Oh, here we go. Gabriel, of course, knows. Ellen Foley saying "Paradise by the." No, that's Ellen. No. You have to be. No way.
What are you saying? Are you saying no way?
He's saying that Erin Foley was the one who sang with Meatloaf in "Paradise by the Dashboard Light," but that was a black-haired girl. Do you think? Do you think that? No,
Yeah, women never change their hair color.
Yeah, I guess she could have, but and well, the timeline adds up.
I think it's correct. She was a vocalist.
I mean, he knows everything. He's always
Yeah.
right. I just can't believe that's her. And I wonder what else she was in. I mean, that's a pretty good resume. Like, what?
That was her.
Damn, on the track, but not the music video. Oh, okay. That's because I've seen the music video. Oh, okay. I knew I wasn't crazy. There was somebody else in the music video. I wonder why. Boy, that's interesting as hell. That's a hell of a resume thing. You know, why do you even need to be in anything else after that? You sang on this unbelievable, legendary Meatloaf song. Wow. Aunt Judy's leaving too. Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, Bat Out of Hell sold something like 50 million records or something. Just something insane.
Yeah. My first cousin was Eddie Fisher at the Paramount. That's great. Aaron H. says Wikipedia confirms. Well, I wonder what else she was in. I mean, that's pretty cool. She must have. I wonder why they didn't use it for the video. See, now I'm all curious about that. Well, anyway,
she did a few movies. She was in Hair, Tootsie, Cocktail, Married to the Mob.
Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Oh, Cocktail. Yes, she was the waitress who's a bitch. He gives her money. Like, no, I don't deserve it. You be like, no, I am a bitch. And then she goes. They become free. Yes. It's in my head now. Wait, what was the other one? You said Tootsie. Who is she in
She
Tootsie?
played Jackie.
Oh, that's going to kill me. But Cocktail.
Maybe in the acting class.
What?
Maybe in the acting class.
Oh, yeah. Maybe at the party early on.
Yeah. Maybe just a couple lines.
Because Cocktail was made later. Yeah, I remember her totally in Cocktail. She's actually throughout the whole movie because she's at the end too, where he, builds his own bar.
Right.
But she used to work at the Fridays down the street from where I live, which just reopened as something else. The Fridays where they filmed this right down the street on 64th and 1st, and they just reopened as something else. Aunt Judy, you can't leave yet. We're making the picks. Let's make the football picks. I'm going to share my screen, Mike. For the first time this year, we are going to make some picks, and it is going to be exciting. Can you see everything?
Yep,
I can. Yes, Mike.
You can. You see all 4 columns?
Yep.
Oh, good. Okay. I was looking myself. I only saw 2. Okay. Carla DeVito was in the video as Ellen turned it down. What an idiot. That's somebody who has no forward thinking that music videos aren't going to amount to anything. Don't you love it? All right, let's start it off. Thursday, we are starting the Super Bowl champ Rams, and for some reason, the Buffalo Bills are favored. It makes no sense. I am going to take the Super Bowl champs, even though they're plus money. I don't know why, but I'm always going to take the Super Bowl champs the first game of the season, even though last year that did not work out. Nick, what do you, or Mike? Mike, you can go first.
The Rams.
What do you think, Nick?
I'm not a fan of LA football teams, but I'm picking the Rams.
Yeah, I'm not either. I don't want the. I mean, I don't like the Bills either, but yet I like the Bills.
Either.
It's weird because as a Jets fan, I hate the Bills, but this version of the Bills and this, what's his name, Allen, Byron Allen. All right, everybody else is saying Buffalo. Okay, chat room's always right, so maybe I'll put my money on Buffalo instead. And now we go to Sunday, September 11th, where nobody remembers what happened that day, and they just play football regardless anyway. Oh, there'll be all those tributes. It'll suck. We have the New Orleans Saints over the Atlanta Falcons. The Saints are favored by 5.5 points. I don't mind telling you, I'm going to take those points because I don't trust either of those teams. Matt Ryan's not on the Falcons anymore, but I don't know who's on the Saints, and they don't have their coach anymore, so I'm going to take the points. Mike?
I'm going with Saints.
Probably the smarter move. Nick?
Definitely the Saints. I've never been a fan of the Falcons.
Yep, and
they have horrible traffic in Atlanta. Horrible traffic.
Chat room picking the Saints as well. This is a shitbag game. This is what's his name from Baker Mayfield moving to Carolina against his old team, which is a mess because of that rapist or whatever he is. Carolina's favored. I'm taking Baker Mayfield to stick it to his old team. Mike?
Jaguars.
What?
I'm sorry, Panthers. Sorry.
Oh,
I don't know why I said Jaguars.
I got confused for a second myself.
I'm picking the Browns because I don't like Baker Mayfield. And there's horrible traffic in
I see
agree, Marcy. Agree. Bad.
I don't understand why they got rid of Baker Mayfield. I don't know what, unless they were going for somebody all in, somebody huge like a Russell Wilson. I don't know why they got rid of him. I don't see why he's so bad, but I really don't understand what happened there. It's kind of like
I think it just soured, and the public perception was just not good.
Why? What happened? I thought his commercials were good. I thought he was kind of fun. It's like the same thing I can't figure out about. Well, here we go. I can't figure out about San Francisco and what they do to that handsome fella and why they think he's bad. What? Yeah. Why do they just always want to get rid of him? He's terrific. He's brought him to the playoffs like multiple times. I'm going with the minus 6.5 points over the horrible Bears. I got no problem with that. Mike?
Oh, Niners.
Yeah. Nick?
Yeah, Niners are good, and I don't like Chicago. I don't like that. I don't think that quarterback's any good.
Well, who is the quarterback?
Is it Justin Fields? I think.
Oh right, yeah. Oh yeah, maybe from Ohio State. That's why I hate them. Carlo S.
Yeah,
how are you?
Picking
the Niners. He's a new guy, so I'll pick the Niners with Carlo, even though everybody else is picking the Bears. Here's the Steelers and the Bengals. Well, the Steelers are probably a mess. The first year without Roethlisberger, they're using that guy from Chicago, I think, right?
Trubisky.
Yeah. This is a tough one because I wanted to, the Bengals are great, but I feel like they're going to have a hangover.
Right.
I'm going to take the Steelers plus the points, but I feel bad about it. Mike?
Same thing. Same reason.
What do you think, Nick?
I mean, if I'm picking to who I like, it would be Pittsburgh, but I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think they're back.
We know Marcy's picking the Bengals. We'll pick them for her. even though she may not be thinking with her head, but she did bring them all the way to the Super Bowl last year, which is amazing, right, Marcy? Can you believe it? Can you believe they were in the Super Bowl last year? That's when you get a quarterback like a Joe Burrow or Josh Allen. It's so unfair that the Jets suck so much. This guy, Zach Wilson, he is not the guy. He gets injured at the drop of a hat. It's just so unfair when you see everybody else have such, when somebody gets a really good draft pick out of nowhere. Here's a crappy game too. The Eagles -3.5 over the Lions. Have you been watching Hard Knocks, Nick?
I have not.
Yeah, me neither. I watched one episode. It was very boring. I don't know if I could pick the Eagles too, but I'm going to pick the Eagles. I think the Lions stink. Mike?
Philadelphia, because the Lions are that bad.
Yeah, right. What do you think, Nick?
I would just repeat what Mike said. I just think Detroit's a cesspool. Not the city. I like the city. I'm just saying the team is just.
I was going to say both. I've never been there, but I have two. What does the consensus say over there, Mike? I see both.
Eagles.
I see the Eagles. Okay. And Liz, I love when you're picking the pictures. Okay, the Indianapolis Colts at the horrible Houston Texans, but they're favored by 7.5. I got to take the home team, and I hate myself for doing it. The Texans are going to suck all year, but I don't even know who their quarterback is. But I got to take those points in the first game. I gotta. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going with the points too.
Nick, what do you think?
Going to win, but yeah,
I'm going to go with the points. I think that they're just going to be surprising because Indianapolis got a new quarterback and all that.
They have that Carson Wentz.
No, he got traded to the Washington Commanders. They have Matt Ryan.
Oh, right, they got the guy from the Falcons. Oh, I forgot about that. Right. Oh, that is interesting.
Very,
Matt
very
Ryan.
interesting.
But he was bad at. But I wonder if he's still good. But he was just bad in Atlanta. With a new coach, he could be good. But what is the? I know we saw Texas for Mike. What is the consensus there, Mike?
Well, they're tied right now. So,
what would you like, Nick, being from Texas?
What's that?
Well,
I'd say let them pick the Colts. That way, that's something different.
All right, we'll pick the Colts. I like the Dolphins always in Miami when they play the Patriots. I'll always take the Dolphins, even though it's crazy that they're favored, but I got no problems with that pick. Mike?
Dolphins. Dolphins did a lot of good for me last year. So,
Nikki?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I think they're decent, and I just don't like Bill Belichick.
Nobody does. Well,
I know.
Marcy's picking Miami. Did I see? Yeah. I see Miami. Everybody's picking Miami.
They're all Miami.
Miami? I'm just going to take the Jets plus the points, but I don't believe in it. Not even going to talk about it.
Mike? My
God! I'm going with the Ravens.
Oh, you want to win? All right. I don't know what your deal is, but smart move, Nick. Should I just pick the Ravens?
I'm not a fan of Salah. I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Yep, that's the smart move.
And I'm like you. I don't think that Wilson's that great.
No, and I was really hoping he would be, but he looks like he's not built for football. Right. The only thing that's interesting about him is the fact that he's sleeping with his mom's friend, remember? Or his girlfriend's mom's friend. Wasn't that what it was? Yeah. I see a bunch of New York people. Well, I know Aunt Judy's going to pick the Jets, but
there's more Jets than Ravens.
All right, suckers. So I didn't know. I was wondering who their quarterback was. So it's Carson Wentz. That is interesting. In the same division as he was that got rid of him. They're playing the Jaguars. Don't the Jaguars have to get good at some point? I don't know. Mike, you go first on this one. I can't decide.
I don't think the Jaguars are going to be good as long as Tony Khan is part of it. So I'm going to go with the Redskins. I mean, the Commanders.
Ooh, that's like me saying retarded. Nick?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Commanders just because I think, that they're going to be okay. But I like Rivera a little bit.
I'm gonna go the Jaguars. Ugh, the Jaguars and the Jets. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm just taking the points. I'm only taking the points. The Commandos, and Chu doesn't care. All right, we'll go with the. I see 2 for Washington. Okay, I have no problem taking the Tennessee Titans to beat the shit out of the New York Giants. Mike,
I'm gonna go the Giants.
Interesting. That makes
what
me
happens.
think. I'm gonna go with the Titans, though. I think they're just yeah.
I think the Giants stink, and I want them to stink, and they can go screw themselves. And Daniel Jones isn't the guy, and they should have. I don't know how they don't know that. Look, chat's mostly picking the. And Judy saying Giants, Carlos saying Titans. I see more Titans than Giants. Yes, no, half and half.
No,
Oh.
it's more Giants.
More Giants. I'll wait one more. All right, I'm going to go Giants. Well, here's Nick's team against a very interesting Arizona Cardinals team. As you know, they gave Kyler Murray all this money. Oh, good, Aaron. Then you made it perfect, so now I don't feel bad. They gave Kyler Murray all this money in Arizona, and then they told him, but remember, you got to do some work. So the guy is lazy, and now he's playing Kansas City. But they're playing at home. Now, normally, like Miami, I would take the Arizona Cardinals at home plus points. And because it's the first game of the season, I'm going to take a chance. But I hate this pick. Mike?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
It's impossible to bet against the Chiefs. You really have to be a genuine idiot. Nick?
I think it's going to be one of the more interesting games. I'm picking the Chiefs.
Yep. And what is everybody else picking?
Looks like the Chiefs.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know, maybe the Chiefs are angry at what happened last year and they're on a mission. And were they in the? No, did they make it to the Super? They did make it to the Super Bowl, right?
No.
Oh, that's right. That was the Bengals. They lost to the Bengals. Yeah, they're going to be pissed. Now, this game is crazy, right? Because I love the Chargers in this game because of what happened last season in the playoffs when they got screwed by because the Raiders did something really shitty and those teams hate each other. But because they always play each other crazy, I'm taking the points and I'm taking Las Vegas. Mike?
I'll go with Vegas as well.
Yeah, I'm only taking the points, but I think the Chargers are going to win. Nikki?
Yeah, because the stadium is right next to the Cellar, I'm picking the Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, they're not playing in Las Vegas.
I understand that. Don't correct me.
I see Chargers and Vegas. What do you think, Mike? I can't.
They have more Vegas than Chargers. There's
More
3
Vegas.
Vegas, 2
All
Chargers.
right, Vegas across the board. And remember, Carlo, you come back next week and you can make fun of everybody who picked the Raiders, if you choose to be that we didn't choose that. This I have no problem picking Green Bay here. I don't know why they're only minus 1.5 points. I don't know what Minnesota's up to, but I have no problem with this. Mike?
Green Bay.
Cammy, the red team. I like that.
I thought Mike might go my way. I'm gonna just pick an upset and take Minnesota. They're supposed to be better.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's a rivalry game, and what is everybody taking here?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Oh, straight out of Wisconsin. Nice. All right. Well, this is the game that started it all last year. The Cowboys and the Bucks. They played, really close last year, and the Bucks beat them. And the Cowboys, stink sometimes, and sometimes they're good. This is a really tough game. It's a Sunday night game. It should be excellent. I'm going to pick the Cowboys. With Tom Brady, you want to say he's got problems, Giselle and all this kind of stuff you're hearing, but that never seems to affect him. But I'm going to give a try with the Cowboys at home. Ooh, Cammy says Tampa will lose. Ooh, that's heresy. Mike?
I'm going to go with Dallas.
Oh, no. I think Dallas is going to win, but I'm picking Tampa because I want them to win.
Oh, interesting. I love what Liz
Confusing,
just put
right?
with the hats. I see a lot of Dallas in the chat room. Yeah.
They're kind of yeah. It looks like they're doing more. Let me see.
I know Cammie is rooting against Tampa Bay. What is happening?
1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's tied.
And she's calling it. She's putting her on the table.
I think it's tied right now, but
All right, we'll take Cammie's pick.
okay.
Dallas all the way. She's calling it. She's calling it. Got to respect that. This is one of my favorite picks. No. All right, so Russell Wilson's playing his old team. I got to take the points. In Seattle. I think Denver is going to be really good with Russell Wilson. I think he's going to be happy, but I got to take the points. Right? Mike, what do you think?
I was going to go with Denver.
You are going to go with Denver. Wow. Cool. I like that pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the points for some odd reason.
Well, it's not an odd reason. I think Pete Carroll's going to be.
Said it's an odd reason.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking of. You're absolutely right. And what are they saying? I see Denver.
They got more Denver.
All Denver, all around. There it is, folks. The first week. I am excited. The first week in the books. Oh, my God. I wasn't sure if I should do this because, we're all, it's not really a sports show anymore, but it's fun, right? I mean, I think we're having a good time. We save it to the end, and if you have to go, you got to go. And, hopefully our guests will stay and make the picks with us like Nick did. Nick was wearing winter clothing in the last days of summer. I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know. Let me talk to my co-host. Can you believe this guy?
Now that you don't need me anymore, you can start attacking me. Is that what
The parrot mascot one. What is that parrot mascot one? The parrot mascot one.
Oh, I think you mean the Seahawks.
Oh, yes, I suppose so. Yeah, Venanfido. Yes, keep picking. I'm glad we got some new people in too to make the picks. It's super fun. I really always have a good time doing it. Nick, what are you concentrating on?
I'm just checking to see what time my spot is exactly. I know it's around 9, but
well, we're done.
Okay.
Hey, you got to go see Nick at Governor's this weekend.
Friday and Saturday. I'm
very excited for you. That is a nice. How you getting out there?
We're taking the train, actually.
You are taking the train. That's cool. That's perfect. That way, traffic is not an issue. It's
not an issue at all, my friend.
Long Island stinks, and everybody, you have to replace all the people you offended with new people. Exactly, Anonymous. That's what you always hope for. So don't forget, for me, to join my Patreon page if you'd like for the podcast, for this, and Just Gow in the City, of course, legendary podcast, and whatever else, Just Gow Incorporated. If you email us at comedycellarstream@gmail.com, send us pictures of yourself or with your pets or football related. We like to see pictures of everybody in the chat room except for Anonymous. Maybe we'd like to see, but we know she's not going to send anything because that's why her name is Anonymous.
Oh yeah, Anonymous wanted to take me to go see Lion King, so email me there if that's how you want me to get hold of you.
What?
She wants to go take me to see Lion King.
Oh, why? I hate
it's a nice thing to do. That's what.
No, it is nice. I never want to see. I never want to see that show.
Oh yeah, we'll show those pictures next week, Anonymous.
Liz sent pictures of her dog, and we never got to see them. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do. So you have them?
They're in that. They got sent to that email. I just didn't prep them this week.
Okay, great, Liz. Thank you so much. What I didn't forget his birthday. Mike, I texted you on your birthday, didn't I?
You did. She's just giving you shit.
Boy, she's so angry. Next week, our guest will be Dino Stamatopoulos. We'll be back in the studio. He is an interesting fellow. Do you know him, Nick?
I don't.
Dino is actually would like your opinion. He's been asking people if he should write a book. Dino won an Emmy for the Ben Stiller Show. He created and wrote Mr. Show. thing. I was on TV Funhouse. We worked together. This amazing puppet show called Moral Oral, which was like a Davy and Goliath thing, which was so funny if you ever watch it on YouTube or anything. He's also in Community. He plays Starburns, if you've ever seen that. So he's going to be our guest. Yes, he's a nice Greek boy, that is for sure. I've known him for so long that his daughter is now 22, and I knew him way before he had that kid. So I guess we've known each other for a very long time, and he's agreed to come in and hang out and talk a little bit and have some fun with the photos and make some pics. And he will be our guest next week. Also, what I was saying about the Patreon page, obviously I have that Billy Joel A to Z show. And this week, today, came out the Downeaster Alexa, one of Billy Joel's later classics. So we will be talking about that, Alana and I, this week. So that's what's going on. Mike Suarez, where are you performing this weekend?
This weekend, I'll be at Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey with Giannis Pappas on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, that's this week. Okay, right. I got you and Rachel mixed up. So you'll be at Uncle Vinny's, your favorite place, with Giannis Pappas this week. So you'll be in Jersey. Nick will be in Long Island. Make sure you always go to see our friends who are on this show when you can. And thank you, everybody in the chat room, for coming on today. It was such a fun way to start the fall season, which, of course, is the best that there is. It's the best time of the year. By the time you know it, it's going to be Thanksgiving and Christmas. It always goes so fast. And it'll be Nick's birthday in November, I believe.
December.
Damn it. I knew it was sometime during football season. I'm sorry. Is it the 7th? No, it's not. That's Aunt Judy's birthday.
That's a very broad.
I gave it a try. Is it the 9th?
No.
When is it? See, Aunt
I'm not
Judy's
gonna
asking.
say.
What?
I'm not going to say. I'm
Why
hurt.
not? Aunt Judy wants to know.
23rd.
Really?
Jesus Christ, you asked for me to tell you that I tell you and you don't believe me.
Anonymous is right. I only remember a 19-year-old girl's birthday. It's true. But I forgot it was so close to Christmas. Marina's is on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, thank you, Angela. Jessica Dan, back in action. We'll see everybody next week. Don't forget, go to the Comedy Cellar if you're in town in the West Village. Nick will be there tonight. So it's
9 o'clock show.
9 o'clock show. It's great to have a guest that's actually performing this evening at the Comedy Cellar. Also, the Comedy Cellar Las Vegas. If you are indeed in Las Vegas, go to that place as well. We'll see you all next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this same channel. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Have a great week.
Bye.